Flossing can save your gums and your teeth. It can also help prevent gum disease and a whole lot more. You're watching the Health Focus Network. I'm Dave Erickson. Today's topic, the truth about flossing. Joining me today is Dr. Charles Regalado. Dr. Regalado has been practicing in the state of Washington for more than 20 years. So Dr. Regalado, let's talk about the essentials of flossing. What is it doing to your teeth?
You know, that's a great question, Dave. I think a lot of people think taking a piece of floss and popping it between their teeth and taking it out is flossing. And a lot of people have the notion that you're just removing, what we wanted to do is remove foodstuffs between your teeth. But that's just part of the, really, what we want you to do. What we're trying to do is get rid of the invisible stuff, the stuff you don't see. The bacteria are continually trying to attach themselves to your tooth surface. So what we want to do basically is interrupt that. We don't even need to remove all the bacteria. It's just a matter of basically messing up their village, so to speak. If you mess it up, they have to start all over again. So proper flossing really involves getting the floss through, wrapping that around a tooth structure as tightly as you can, and going up and down. You're disrupting this village of bacteria that's trying to colonize your tooth structure. Do you do that well, and really you cover most of your tooth surface, and you have a little brushing to do.
This is amazing. I read this statistic. Tell me if this is somewhat correct. Without flossing, 40% of the surfaces of your teeth are never cleaned.
There's a large amount of surface area that you've got to clean in between the teeth. You know, a molar is so wide in one dimension, but it's wider in the other dimension where we are floss.
And a brush can only reach so many areas.
And a brush can only reach so many areas, correct.
Kind of name off some of the flossing choices, because I've heard of waxed, unwaxed, flavored. Is there a better choice of a type of floss?
For years, all we had was basically waxed or unwaxed, and frankly, we did just fine with those. There's a lot of flosses out there. People will see some with fluoride, some with a little dash of a mouth rinse or something like that. I don't know how really effective that is. I think it's probably more a marketing thing. But one of the more unique flosses is the woven flosses, which not just a single strand, but multiple tiny strands. And it really does just spreads out like that. And then as it wipes on the surface, as you wipe it on the surface, it actually picks up a lot more of debris. So I love that floss. It's what I use at home. But frankly, there are some people that I even tell them they shouldn't even use floss.
Well, some people can't floss, right?
That's right.
They cannot.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Some people just lack the dexterity. They've tried, they just don't get it. Some people, maybe through a disability, through an illness, they lack strength in a hand. You really need two hands to use dental floss in the correct manner. So the neat part about that is there are a lot of great tools out there for people. So the choices are much more than just floss. One of them that I use at home is a long-handled floss threader. I just bite on it, snap it through. I clean. It can use one hand. I love it. Sometimes I don't feel like flossing either, Dave, and so I'll use that tool, and I feel like it does a very effective job getting, messing up the bacteria.
How many problems could people avoid by flossing on a regular basis? Because gum disease is huge.
Man, my goodness, Dave. I wish people could be in my office and see how much damage really there is by not getting in between the teeth. And I'll say it again, more than just flossing, it's getting in between the teeth and really cleaning that well. If you are fortunate, your teeth are extremely strong, you don't have a diet that's high in sugars and simple carbohydrates, you may be just fine. But that's not in our American culture. That's just not what it is. And so in those situations, if you've got, especially crown work, you've got fillings, anything of that nature which is not your natural tooth surface, as good as our dentistry can be, it's not perfect. Microscopically, so the bacteria are going to accumulate there. So without flossing, it's going to get underneath your crowns, underneath your fillings. They'll need to be replaced more often. And usually if decay gets under a crown, I should say often, you lose that tooth. There's nothing you can do about it. Or a root canal if you're lucky. So every day, get in there, get in between. You'll save yourself a lot of money.
Don't compromise your health. Remember to floss. Dr. Regalado, thanks very much.
You're welcome.